Hey, so I'm about to talk to you about Clinvar. Clinvar is a database of genomic variants and the interpretations of their relevance to diseases. It's maintained by NCBI. The interpretations are provided by clinical testing labs, research labs, locus-specific databases, expert panels, and other groups who want to share data to improve variant interpretation. There are several ways that you can use Clinvar depending on the needs. Basically, you start on the Clinvar homepage, which is where we at. You type something up into the search bar. So let's just say we're interested in the ZEB2 gene, and we'll hit search. Once we hit search, it should pull up a table, and then this table, it shows that there's the variant, the gene it's in, the conditions for which the variants have been interpreted, the allele frequency if available, and the overall clinical significance in the review status. Those review statuses show like how many people have actually looked at it, how many times it's actually been reviewed, as in validated. There we go, that's what I was looking for. So if you're interested in a variant that has been reported as pathogenic, or you may just want to look at a large scale structures, also you could just look at a specific variant that you're researching. There are several ways that you can search for a variant description, but a full expression is a lot, and the number version is specific for very most. So if we wanted to look at a different version of it, we would have to like clear our filters, and we would have to get rid of this up here. But if you look over here on the side, you can look at like just pathogenic, whether it's not. You can have all these different things that will help you locate exactly what you're looking for in Clinvar for your genes. So if I wanted to look for a certain position, so say I wanted to look for a position 1799 on the reference sequence of the mRNA, then what I would do is I would make sure everything's clear, and then I would look for the mRNA. Let's just do that just to make sure. Clear all. And then I would make sure I rerun my search. And then you can look for that specific position. You can do sort by location. So we'll do gene. Now we've done gene. And now position. All right, so I know I want to look for that one. So let's go 1799. No results, hold on. Okay, well, you can go through here and look for it. You can also search like a nucleotide sequence. So it'd be like we could use that position. So we could use that position and we could search it. See, now we have that nucleotide sequence exactly with it, and it would still follow into the same one that we were looking at before, that same gene, but it looks like that nucleotide sequencing. So if you wanted to look at, you might be interested in like the variants structures or things like that. Once you go into it, let me go back. It's easier to look at this bigger one. If I could do this and we can just click on it, this shows you the location. And here, this gives you the most, like how many submissions, how many times it's been reviewed, like its highs, tells you everything that you need to know exactly about this genome, and talks about the interpretations and its pathogenics. And you can also find references in here too that you can use and read papers on for later. That's really helpful. I thought that was great. So this one's a single allele. Let's see if I can find one that's got high reviews so we can look at the references. Let's do that. There we go. See, it's got a 1, so that means somebody else is a single submitter, but it has a it has somebody else's a star by it to let it know. So then you can come down here, you can look at the conditions, you can look at the case, you can look at who is interpreted by, the evidence, the details, you look at all the different scores. So, and you can cite this as an actual like record. So like if you were using it for research, it gives you a way to cite it so that way you can cite your sources. Clinvar is very useful in that way, and you can look at different things looking at that. There, you can also look at different phenotypes and stuff like that by looking at their genes. I'm not as familiar with doing that just yet. I'm still working on it, but you should be able to look at different things. So, this is Clinvar, and it's a huge database. It's got a lot that gives you opportunity for a lot that you can look at. You can look at very specifics. You can look at very broad. Just kind of depends on what you're after. But yeah, that's how you use Clinvar for the most part. Just search what you're looking for, your gene. If you don't know the gene, search. You can search like you can search a disease, so or a bacteria, and you should get a result in which you can make some sense of. So like here, there we go. We looked up a nucleotide. I just automatically looked up for that, and it looks up everything for human, for humans, you know, for us, and what the cases would be. So that's Clinvar.